Good morning, everyone. So today we are going to do some questions from Capgemini recruitment online test as conducted this year for the upcoming batch of year 2021. So this test is conducted every year by the company so that they can have the best of the talents into their company to serve benefit of everyone. If we talk about the pattern of Capgemini, the written exam, it consists of different sections, out of which there are sections for programming and pseudocode, which is not going to be our concern today, and there are sections for quants and logical reasoning. So we are going to look at the quants section, what all questions had come up. So I have a set of 10 questions from there, and we are going to do that. If we talk about the difficulty level, the overall analysis of difficulty level of that paper is the questions were somewhere between easy to moderate. The questions were not that difficult. So, if we could use logic in every question, the paper could be solved very easily. So, overall analysis is the questions were somewhere from easy to moderate. Okay, let's look at the first question what had come up in the exam. The first question is a passenger takes trains 5 hours less for a journey of 252 kilometers if its speed is increased by 35 kilometers per hour from its normal speed. What is the normal speed? And to the nearest integer, we have to find that. Okay, let the original speed or the normal speed let it be s. Let's consider it to be s. Okay, distance is given as 252. I know speed is equals to distance upon time, time equals to distance upon speed, distance equals to speed into time. All these three quantities, these are interconvertible. So I can always write one quantity in terms of the other quantity. So speed can be written in terms of time, time can be written in terms of speed and distance. All of that can be done very easily. So that is what we are going to do here because it is given to us that a passenger takes t- train takes 5 hours less. Okay, so we are going to write the equation in terms of time. We are going to use this equation that time equals to distance upon speed. Total distance is given to me already 252. What we are going to do is 252 upon s plus 35, that is my increased speed, is equals to 252 divided by original speed minus 5 hours, because this is obviously traveling faster, so this becomes by s minus 5 hours. Okay, now when we solve this, when this equation is solved, because this becomes a simple equation in terms of two equation and one equation one variable, so this becomes 252 s is equals to 252 into s plus 35 into 5. S also goes here, 5s. This is actually minus 5s into s plus 35. Just cross multiplying and doing, so 252 s is equals to s plus 35 into 252 minus 5s. Okay, so this is a simple equation that has been formed in terms of variable s, and when we will solve this, we get a value of quadratic. So quadratic, finally it becomes s is equals to 28 and s will become out to be minus 63. I don't need negative values. Negative values will not be entertained because we need to find the speed. Variable s is my speed. So negative value gets removed. What we need is this positive value. That is the normal speed of the train is 28 kilometers. My answer is option C. Next question. In a single throw of dice that we throw of, okay, we have two dice that are thrown. Find the probability that this sum is a multiple of 4 and 5. Okay, so what we're doing is we have two dice, we're throwing them, and while throwing, we get some numbers. Numbers, whatever we are obtained, when we add them, what is the probability that that sum that is obtained by the numbers on those two dice, it is a multiple of 4 or 5? This is what the question is asking. Okay, so possible sums for being multiples of 4 or 5, either it has to be 4 or 5 multiple, and I know if it is two dice, total possible outcomes are 6 square, that is 36, and the maximum sum that can be obtained here, it is going to be 6 plus 6, that is I'm going to get 6 on both the dice. Maximum sum is going to be 12. Minimum sum that I can get, it will be equal to 2, that is 1 on both the dice. Okay, so if I need a multiple of 4 and 5 out of all these, I can have either 4, 5, then I can have 8 going in the same sequence. 9 is not an option. 9 cannot is neither multiple of 4 or 5. 10 is a multiple of 5. Then 11 is not a multiple of any of them. 12 is a multiple of 4. Okay. So five additions I need. I need either 4, 5, 8, 10, or 12. Let's see what is going to be possibilities that I can have. So I need first 4. I can form 4 by using 1 comma 3, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 1. Okay, now if I need 5, I can form 5 by 1 comma 5, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 2, 4 comma 1 will also give me 5. 5 comma 0 is not possible. I'm not marking coordinates on a x-axis. I'm marking the dice options. Okay. Now I need 8. So 2 comma 6 gives me 8. 4 comma 4 gives me 8. 3 comma 5 gives me 8. 5 comma 3 gives me 8. 6 comma 2 also gives me 8. Okay, so this means 6 is on the first, 2 is on the second. This means 2 is on the first, 6 is on the second. Okay, now next I need 10. So 10, how am I going to get 10? 10 can be 4 comma 6, 5 comma 5, 6 comma 4. Now I need 12. 12 is only one option, 6 comma 6. Okay. Possible sample spaces here has come out to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Possible options is 16. Overall outcomes possible is 36. Probability that the sum is either a multiple of 4 or 5 comes out to be 16 by 36. That is 4 by 9. Answer is option B, 4 by 9. Okay, next. The sum, the value of a scooter depreciates in such a way that its value at the end of each year is three-fourths of its value at the beginning of that same year. Okay. If the initial value is for 40,000, what is its value at the end of the second year? A very simple question. So whatever the initial value of the scooter is, at the end of the year, the value of the scooter goes down by 3 by 4. So initial value is given already 40,000. This is about the first year. At the end of first year, value of the scooter is going to be 40,000 and three-fourth of this, that is, it would become 30,000. Another thing that is stated in the question is whatever is the value at the end of one year, that is going to be its value at the beginning of the second year also. So beginning of second year, value of the scooter would be equals to 30,000. Okay, now at the end of second year is what we need the answer. End of second year, it would be three-fourth of this 30,000 only. So three-fourth of 30,000, it comes out to be 22,500. That is its value at the end of second year becomes option C, 22500. Very easy. Next question. 8-year-old Isha visits her grandfather. Okay, he gave her this riddle. So I started working at the age of 18. So when the grandpa started working, he was 18 years old. So he had spent one-sixth of my working life. Okay, we're not talking about the whole life, but just talking about his working life. So whatever life is being mentioned, at that particular instance, he has already lived 18 years of his life. Working life, whatever he is, one-sixth of that he has spent in a factory. Now one-third of the working life in office and one-third of the working life as a school caretaker. Okay. For the last 9 years of my working life, I have been doing social service. How old am I? Okay. Now, let the total working life of Isha's grandpa, let that be W. So I'm going to use a variable W for that. Now, whatever then his age is, it's told in the question very clearly that he started working at the age of 18. So his working life or his age is going to be working life plus 18. Now, he has spent working one-sixth of his working life in factory. This becomes 1 by 6. One-third working on a school. So this becomes W by 3. And next it is given in the question that one-third in the school caretaker becomes W by 3 again, and remaining life, that is for the past 9 years he was working as a social service. So that means actually W minus W by 6 plus W by 3 plus W by 3, this is going to be equal to 9 years. That is for the last 9 years he has been working as us for, he has been doing some social service there. Okay, now when we solve this, when we're going to solve this, will come out to be 54. Value of W will come out to be for 54. That is, he's working for the past 54 years. Age comes out to be W plus 18, that is 54 plus 18. The age of grandpa becomes 72 years. Answer is option A, 72 years. Next question. Three blocks of cheese weigh, and the weights are given 690 kgs, 710 and 750 kgs. For packing the cheese, it is cut into pieces of equal weights with no wastage. Important thing is nothing is wasted out. What will be the minimum number of pieces? Okay. The pieces will be the minimum number, and whatever minimum number we need, that is going to be the HCF of 690, 710 and 750. Minimum number of pieces is going to be the HCF of pieces, and when you find the HCF, it comes out to be 10 kg. And I need the minimum number of pieces. Okay. The number that is going to divide all of them equally, it is going to be their HCF. And HCF of these numbers, it's 10 kg. Now, minimum number of piece becomes 690 by 10 plus 710 by 10 plus 750 by 10. When we do this, this becomes 69 plus 71 plus 75. On addition, this comes out to be 215. That is minimum number of pieces becomes answer option B, 215. Next, an aeroplane has four emergency exits. Okay, in an emergency, it requires 8 seconds per passenger to evacuate the plane through one emergency exit. Okay, if no baggage is carried by the passenger. Okay, condition is 8 seconds would be taken if the passenger is going through one emergency exit and without any bag. So the person is not carrying any bag. How long will it take to evacuate 53 passengers during an emergency? And the condition is no handbag is allowed. Cannot carry out your handbag, and how much total time is going to be taken. Okay. Now it requires 8 seconds per passenger to pass through those gates, and it is already given we have four emergency exits. Now since there are four emergency exits, four passengers, four passengers can go out simultaneously from those gates. Since and we need how long will it take to evacuate 53 passengers during the emergency. Now, one thing that is important is I do not now need the maximum time in which they can pass the plane. I need the minimum time in which these people they can empty out the plane. That is what is. So I will be needing the minimum time, and one thing for sure is minimum time will be there when people simultaneously are going out from all the four emergency exits. It's not that one is leaving, the door is now empty, people are waiting, people are seeing that you should go first. No. If simultaneously four passengers are crossing the gate, that is when the minimum time would be taken. Okay, now since 53 is not a multiple of 4, I'll need the closest multiple of 4 to 53. So 253, the closest multiple is 52. Multiple of 4 that is closest to 53 is 52. 52 I can write it as 13 into 4 plus 1. That is 13 into 4 plus 1. This is how you can write it. 13 4 times 54 and plus 1. So what will happen from here is you can always now try to write this in terms of seconds. So what we are going to do, 13 people are going to take out our 13 actually in 13 sets people can go out in sets of four through through those gates, and one person will go out at the last. Okay, so and it is said it requires 8 seconds per passenger to evacuate the plane through one emergency exit. Consider it that four of them are going at the same time. Consider that as one passenger only. So this actually becomes 13 passengers who are passing plus one extra. So total time taken becomes 13 into 8 plus 8. When we solve this, this comes out to be 112 seconds. That is 1 minute and 52 seconds. 13, when we do this, this comes out to be 112 seconds. That is 1 minute and 52 seconds. Answer is option B. Okay, next. In this question, A arrow B means A is raised to power B. What is the remainder when 48 raised to power 565 is divided by 7? We need this. Okay. So we need the remainder. I do not need what is going to be the unit place or the exact divisor, nothing. I just need the remainder. So I'm going to write this as 49 minus 1 raised to power 565 divided by 7. Now, when I do this, I can write this in the format of, I know if I'm going to divide 49 by 7, there is going to be no remainder in this case. But if I do minus 1 raised to power 575 divided by 7, I'm going to get some remainder. Okay, now minus 1 raised to power of odd is minus 1. Minus 1 raised to some even power, it is 1. Now here it is minus 1 raised to power 565. This is going to be minus 1 by 7. Remainder in this case comes out to be minus 1. I don't need a negative remainder. I always need a positive remainder. So I'm going to do 7 minus 1. Comes out to be 6. So a remainder when 48 raised to power 565 is divided by 7 becomes 6. My answer is option D. Next question. There are 5 boxes in a cargo. The weight of the first box is 200 kg and second box is 20% heavier than the third box, which is 25% heavier than the first box. Okay, now relation of weight of boxes is given with respect to each other. The fourth box, which weighs 350 kg, is 30% lighter than the fifth box. Okay. Difference between the average weight of the four heaviest and the four lightest, this is what we have to find out. So this might seem a very complicated question, but it is not complicated at all. So let the weights of third, fourth, and fifth boxes, let them be A, B, C, D, and E respectively. Let them be A, B, C, D, and E. Now, first box is given as 200 kgs already. So A becomes 200. Now C is 25% heavier than the first box. It is actually 1.25 into 200. When we do this, this comes out to be 250 kg. Now, B is 20% heavier and second is 20% heavier than the third box, which is 25% heavier than the first box. Now, second is 20% heavier than the third box, that is 20% of 250. When we do this, it comes out to be 300 kgs. Now, fourth box, which weighs 350 kg, is 30% lighter than the fifth box. Now, fifth box is 350 kg, that is 70% of E because it is 30% lighter than this. So E actually is 350 divided by zero point 0.7, that is 500 kg. So all the weights are obtained. A, B, C, D, and E, all of them are obtained. Average of the lightest four. Lightest means the least four values. It is 200 plus 250 plus 300 plus 350. These are the lightest four divided by 4 comes out to be 275 kg. Okay, now average weight of the heaviest four. Heaviest means I'll have to exclude 200 now. So this becomes 250 plus 300 plus 350 plus 500 divided by 4. When we do this, it comes out to be 350 kg. So I need this difference of 350 minus 275. When you do this, it comes out to be 75 kg. My answer is option C. Only thing that we had to do here was write this A, B, C, D, E accordingly and get the answer. Okay, next question. There are two bags containing white and black balls. So two bags, they have those white and black balls in them. Okay, given. Next thing. In first bag, there are 8 white and 6 black balls, and in the second bag, there are 4 white and 7 black balls. One of the ball is chosen at random from the bag. Find the probability that the particular ball is a black ball. Okay, now probability of picking up a black ball. It is going to be probability of picking up the first bag into probability of black from it plus probability of picking out the second bag into probability of black from it. This is how we're going to do it because the thing here is there are two bags given to me. So there is also going to be probability of selecting a bag involved. So because it is given that any ball is selected at random, so for that random selection, there has to be selection of bag as well. So selection of first bag becomes 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into probability of getting a black from the first bag becomes 6 by 14 plus 1 by 2 is probability of selecting 2 by second bag. Black from the second becomes 7 by 11. When we do this, comes out to be 82 upon 154, reducing becomes 41 upon 77. My answer is option A. Next question. A five digit number is formed using digits 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 without repeating any one of them. Okay. No repetition is the important condition that is given to us. What is the sum of all such possible numbers? Okay. Now, important thing here is I have to find the sum of all such possible numbers. If we go by the traditional method, we have to find such all the numbers that are formed, then adding the sum, which is going to be very tedious. Important Another important thing for all these exams is we have to save time. In minimum time, we have to do maximum questions and with maximum accuracy. So we are going to do this via the formula that sum of all the digits, or sum of all the, let's call it sum of all the possible numbers with no repetition. How we are going to find that is we're going to do it by the formula is equals to, when there are n digits that are given to us. N means, n in this case is 5, because I have 5 digits that are given to us, becomes n minus 1 factorial. First term that we'll be using is n minus 1 factorial into sum of digits we are going to do. That is, whatever digits are given to you, add all of that. What is the sum that we have? Do that into 1, 1, 1, 1 going on to n places. That is, if say let n is 2, if this is 2, so this will be just 11 that we have to multiply. Let's say n is 7. I'll have to multiply it by 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That is 11 lakh 11,111. That is how, that is the meaning of 1, 1, 1, 1 up to n places. Let's do it for this question. Here value of n is 5. So first term that I'm going to have is 5 minus 1 factorial into sum of the digits. Sum of the digits given 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. When we do the addition, this becomes 10, 20, and 25 into 11,111. Now when we do this, 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 factorial is 24, 24 into 5 into 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. When we do this, this comes out to be 5 times 6 and 2 times 0. So it becomes double six triple six double zero. Match the option double six triple six double zero is option B. My answer is option D.